right? So this is why it's imperative to get the black women, the so-called black women, in alignment. Because the black women's physiology, it contains orgone energy. They can manipulate the weather in real time. Orgone energy has the ability to manipulate the ethers. That's why they want to keep the black woman so down, so much. This is why they fund people like Sexy Red, you know what I'm saying, to basically revert the frequency of the black woman. They want to keep you masculine. They want to keep you stuck inside of hedonistic activities. They want to keep you stuck doing the OnlyFans and things of that nature. Misplaced energy. Because when you do that, you know what I'm saying, they know that when the black woman is in alignment, that's when you're going to recalibrate the ethers. This is why they work so hard to keep so-called black women in a degraded state. This is why they do it. Let me see. Salute to B Miles. Salute to everybody in the chat. And share, you know what I'm saying? And also share this transmission, man. Okay. It says, how do you combat gang stalking and struggling financially? I'm heavily targeted 24/7, dropped out of high school because of it. And I got a presentation slide exposing the okay. Um, the best thing in my book, you got to get my book. I talk about how to level up. I have a whole chapter in my book. The link is in the chat. I talk about how to level up. But you got to be tapped into the 4 elements of the soul, which is thinking, reasoning, understanding, and willpower. Thinking, reasoning, understanding, and willpower. Because your willpower is going to give you the propensity to get up and do something, to get up and go work out, to get up and go hustle and get some money. So that's why I talk about in my book. You got to have a silent grind for loud success. So that means that you got to be in alignment. So it's one of those things where, you know what I'm saying, like you let gang stalking keep you, down. Because the same motherfuckers that's talking down on you, they're going to be speaking on your name when you level up. I have a whole chapter in there talking about leveling up. So this is especially during this time period. You need to get a hustle, you know what I'm saying, in a dream. Get some goals. You need to get some goals that's gonna amplify your finances. So anything that's basically self-affirming. And that's another thing when it comes to spirituality. Don't be so spiritual to the point where you don't want to be like, oh, I ain't finna get no money. It's okay to have a job. It's okay to go work. Because if your dream is not paying, it's time for you to take your ass to go to work and, you know what I'm saying, and cultivate some finances, right? Because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, you gotta do for self. You gotta do for your family members. So, but when it comes to gang stalkers, you know what I'm saying, they ain't nothing but haters. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta use your haters as an alchemical resource. You gotta use your haters as an alchemical resource, which is basically the blueprint for interstellar vortex portal for your level up. I love when people be hating on me. I love it. I love when people be talking crazy about me. I love it. Because that's a chip, that's a bargaining chip that I put on my shoulder. And like I said, I use that negative energy and I raise that lead and I go to gold. You know what I'm saying? That is what you're talking about, the hero's journey. The hero's journey is the Christ energy, right? So you got to let people hate on you. You got to let people gang stalk you. You got to let it happen. But you got to use that energy as fuel. I love when people talk shit about me. But that's the thing though. They ain't gonna say shit to your face though. Hiding in secret, speaking behind, fake pages. Hold on, let me see. Let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna get off at the hour and 30 mark because like I said, I got my voice is kind of like, still